if I can close this. Or that's an extension of that, so I probably can do that. This time. This is getting a little bit ridiculous now. Catching thumbs down on my videos. Mm. Streams. Go slow. Under. Could I take you under? Too bad. So maybe I'll just plug this one in. Mm. I think that'll probably be better for me. Then I don't have two browsers eating up bandwidth. Um, Come on, Cucamonga. Work. This doesn't have anything. Live. All right, let's see. How do I sound? How do I sound, you guys? No problem, Liz. Okay, I think I hear myself sound pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna use my phone. I have to, not because I wanna, but I'm gonna have to keep track of the chat with the phone as opposed to with the laptop. Um, Hopefully this will work for me. So let me see who's in the room and give a quick hello to everybody. Hello, Brandy. Hello, Janet. Please in that first. Hi, Tiffany. Hello, Patricia. Hey, Liz. And that's who we got here. Okay, you're using the phone. I'm using the phone to chat, to read what you guys are saying because I cannot do it off of down the computer. So I'm just gonna leave this alone. I close down my Opera browser. Work. Experiencing any issues with the stream at all, let me know so that I can go ahead and fix whatever I gotta fix on my end. Um, Cam is completely new to me, and I'm using this headset here to be able to talk to you guys. Feel for where the camera angles and views are because I'm not really used to it. So just bear with me. So let me know you guys because I know that this for a fact I know that this the sound on this does kind of lag a little bit every now and then, but because I'm using the Google Hangouts and for any of you that know about Google Hangouts, people don't really like it too much because it does have its major issues. But it's the only thing that I can use for right now with the webcam on my computer hardware and a whole bunch of other technical stuff that I don't want to bore you guys with. So like I was saying on my first attempt, I have these are from Bo Bunny, and what they are, this is actually like a whole album, but I don't really want to use it for an album. Kind of all the shapes are kind of odd for my liking. They're a little odd. Thanks, Janet. They're a little odd for my liking, so I would alter them. And what the heck? So if you guys see that it goes black, I don't know why it does that. So I'm not sure if that's you guys getting ad pop-ups or what the heck is going on, but I noticed that it does do that every now and then. So I'm still here. And hopefully this won't throw me out like my phone does. And the battery won't die because it's hooked up to the laptop, which is hooked up to the wall. So I'll be good to go there as well. Get this going so I don't take up too much of you guys' time. So pretty much I wanted to alter some of these and I have see how many of them I could do. I always go for more than one, but the reality is that I always just get stuck on doing one. Things take over. So um these are really stiff boards and they already come kinds of with their own little decoration and stuff. So I'm just gonna see what I come up with, and I have this big folder that I have, one of those plastic accordion folder type things that have a whole bunch of just like cutouts and stuff like that that I hoard every now and then when I get it. Hi, Michelle. Michelle, I just put your thing in the mail today, girl, so you should be getting it in a few days. Apologize for the delay, but I had a lot of stuff going on and going wrong. So hopefully everything is better now. Yeah, hopefully. So I think I should be able to keep you guys in some kind of frame right there where I have this red thing. If it looks like it gets out of focus or anything like that, let me know. I'm trying to get used to this whole thing, but progress with me. So let's see here. So yeah, I have let me just show you guys. I have this humongous accordion thing where I have just a whole bunch of stuff. And so I figured do some kind of decoupaging on one of maybe way with somewhat cute and somewhat my style. So if everything is good to go on you guys' end, then I shall commence the project. Looking for some kind of an image, if I can find one on here, because I just have a whole bunch of like loose ends. I have all kinds of stuff, just stuff, you guys. Um, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm gonna go with this thing. Ta-da. Let's see, let's see. All right. I think I'm getting some ideas of where my mind is gonna go with this, and I'm gonna try to find that image that I want to use. Hopefully, I'll find it. But in the meanwhile, I am actually gonna go and gather some supplies. So, and talk amongst yourselves. So it's not in this folder, so maybe it's in one of my other ones. I just have so much stuff. Maybe I'll just print it out while I have you guys here. All right, let me just go get a frame real quick. Hold on. And then let me just see if I find that image real quick without going too crazy looking for it. And I will just kind right above overhead, kind of looking through my photos here real quick. Kind of impromptu. I was just gonna craft on my own, but I decided to kind of come on here and come live. So all of my junk is not necessarily in order, but we all know how that goes, right? Um, let's see. Who else is in the room? Are you here, Brandy? Hello. Hi, Deb. You probably can't hear me. Hello. Hi, Deb. I got my microphone now. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking for pieces to add to this wooden panel here. Put it like that. Make it real pretty. Uh, Instead of looking for an image and wasting time, because with me, time is always of the essence. Um, and technology is not my friend lately. And took too many chipboards apart. Now it's payback time. So just gonna gesso this baby, um, and spruce it up, and let's see how shabby chic I can get with it. I think that's a goal, right? Let's see. You can't hear me. Can you hear me now? I didn't have my headphones on. Can you guys hear me now? Oh, geez, Louise. Yes, you can. Okay, perfect. I'm about to like, oh my God, sprinkle some holy water on my whole computer. See if I can get the little negative beasties out. So, these are some frames from Michaels, and I have a few of them. So let's see how far I can get. These are really cute, but I'm probably going to be painting over them. Got these. I think I won these in a giveaway, if I'm not mistaken. I think somebody gave these to me. Different either giveaways or different lots that I bought that included these frames. So let's see what I'd come out with. These three kind of look similar. Heart doesn't really um thing, but let's see what I do. Let's see what I do. Okay, I need this phone. I need to be able to see what you guys are saying. So let me mount this baby right here. Um, yeah, babe. You need me for something? Yes, you loud and clear. I love those. I want to get them. Yeah. As far as buying them myself, I don't know. I don't think I've ever bought these. These are actually the kind of things that well, let's just put it like this. I didn't want to use them because I wanted to make molds out of them. I know that if I was lucky enough to get blessed with these, I'm sure that I'll get blessed with more somewhere in the future. So I'm gonna go ahead and use them, um, and just see kind of like what I come up with. Um, not these two round ones because that's not gonna fit too well. Maybe this one, and that one. So I'm definitely gonna be painting these things over. I'm gonna remove these backing. Uh-oh, I might have to cut that backing out. I gotta add a picture of something in here, or maybe I'll just take the whole plastic out. Yeah, I might just take the whole plastic out. I think that'll probably be my best bet. Hi, Jackie. So I'm trying to figure out more or less what I'm gonna do. Trying to figure out which one. I got three frames, so I mean I got three of these, not necessarily three frames. So big. So my space is somewhat limited, but sometimes you can make beautiful things in small spaces. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to add some texture. Probably gonna do some stenciling, some very light stenciling because I need this to dry today. Um, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna leave the back as it is. I'm not gonna decorate both sides. And since this has holes in it already, I'm gonna leave the holes so that I can maybe add a string so that I can hang them on the wall. And maybe I can add some kind of a sentiment or a little plaque or something here in these little bottom tabs that it's got. Present like the mood or the energy of whatever it is that I'm trying to do here. Who else is here? Tiffany. Okay, so I said hello to everybody that's here so far, and hopefully this will work. So let me go ahead and get some modeling paste because I'm a be shellacking. So I need a stencil. So let me just see what I find here in my little space. And I am very, very excited, you guys, because I actually went ahead this. I'm gonna be using some of this paper on there. I went ahead and, following my very dear friend Liz's advice, ordered me some bookshelves from Walmart. They had them for $14 for the three tier of the bookshelves, and I'm gonna use one of these. Oh, I like that. Bad when you want to make a choice and you can't make it, but I know that this is gonna take forever to dry. This might not take too long if I just do it really, really lightly. The fern or whatever it's called, that definitely will take me a long while. So pretty good there. Then I don't have to go too crazy, adding a whole bunch of different stuff to it. And then I have my gloss, which at this point in time, it doesn't matter to me if it's gloss or non-gloss because I'm gonna be painting over everything anyways, most likely. So I'll be hooking it all up. But as I was saying, who else is here? Did I miss anybody? No. As I was saying, I'm very excited about receiving these bookshelves because my desk will finally be free, and I'll have room these crafty wings. And now that I have a webcam, I should definitely be able to bring you guys more content. Woohoo! And an organized Carmen, which everybody's happy when Carmen is organized. I also have these Dollar Tree stickers, not these, but these bird ones I probably use, and maybe some of these cute little butterflies. I have some flower ones here that I might be incorporating into this piece one way or the other. Because if you buy them, you gotta use them, right? You can't just buy it to store it. Doing that for way too long. Did I stop doing that? Okay, you know what? Um, I really like these stencils, but I'm also going to incorporate stencils that I just got not so long ago. I don't think I did a whole video on this, but I think I did show you guys in one of my live streams that I have made these purchases. And amongst these purchases were all of these. Um, I might make a special little announcement, and I might be giving this one away. Hopefully, you guys can see me. I'm so worried because the camera angle I'm so not used to. I'm used to my phone; it grabs everything. This doesn't grab everything. Yes, Deb, I've been drowning in my own crafty misery. And honestly speaking, I'm one of those people that whenever I feel blockage, or I feel like I cannot more capacity, it's usually due to some form of clutter in one way or the other. Be it in life or be it through the material things or, just things that are me. And what I do is I switch everything around. Like I literally will go room to room, and I will switch all the furniture around. I will do all of that. And then I will feel so much better and I will feel so free afterwards. And then my creativity will start flowing again. So I think this shelving system, hopefully working well, this is going to help me free up a lot of that. So trying to figure out which one. I think I'm going to use this one. So I might be giving away one of those stencils that I got from the Dollar Tree moving forward on this live stream. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned for that, and hopefully everything will go well in the process. Yes, that always works for me. I know that not everybody is the same in that regard, but I feel like so stuck is because between life and everything that happens in life, as as human beings that we are, things happen. Um, ends up putting me in somewhat of a funk on its own, and then everything around me starts kind of mirroring every life. So I'll end up with clutter. I'll end up with just stuff not being put in the right place, and that really, I can't function in that way. So these are, for those of you that saw my when I received my Deco Art products, then you are familiar with these. For those of you that did not, Deco Art sells Deco paper, right? That's what it's called, decoupage paper. Um, yeah, decoupage paper, which is used to create and alter different kinds of projects. You can use it in mixed media. You can use it, on wood and just all different kinds of things, cardboard, and pretty much go ham with the decoupaging. Carmen, we are so like, girl, probably. You never know. Life has recycled itself quite a numerous amount of times. Oh, I think I have the image for the center of my frame. Whoop, whoop. So I think what I'm going to do is use one of these. I think that'll work well. And especially since we are working with fresh frames all over them, I think that I got my uh, ready to be framed. And that way I do them all different, but all somehow the same, using all the little pictures that are in here. So that'll work for that. So I'm going to put this to the side because this will be used later. The Lord shall provide. The Lord shall provide. You just need to be open to receive. Well, you charging, Jackie. I'm free. So for the most part, I'm gonna probably use a little bit of this paper here, and I'm just gonna haphazardly. I love these words that just make me all tongue twisted. And don't mind if you hear things falling. Like I said, I am living in the middle of Tetris, the Matrix. All the while, I keep picking up the wrong phone. So I'm just gonna kind of just grab some of this, and sometimes this paper is so pretty. You're like, no, I don't want to break it. I don't want to cut it. And I'm not gonna put all different text on all of the different parts. And yes, I could have stamped it, but since I'm not gonna gesso it, I'm just gonna go, live and direct right into it. Do this side because it's got a little bit of glitter and texture. So I'm just gonna leave that alone because maybe I can make something with the other side at some other time. And then I can maybe just hang it somewhere where it spins and you can see both sides of a situation, right? Um, Pienso que lo que voy a hacer es algo estilo shabby chic y estilo antiguo. No estoy 100% segura todavía. Vamos. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I am so like hopeful that this little experiment of mine with this webcam works out. I didn't want to go into the more expensive one. I wanted to go into the more expensive one. However, of the outcome based on my equipment, i.e., my laptop. Older, and I pretty much refurbish all of my electronics, or buy them halfway broken down and then fix them up myself. I knew for a fact that when it came to hardware, I was not up to par. So I didn't want to go and invest into a more expensive camera, at least a little bit better when it came to my computer. So I upgraded the RAM on this one to make it work a little bit better, a little bit smoother. So I'm hoping that is sufficient for you guys today. So I'm gonna get glue, and I have to get myself one of those little wonky brushes that I care for but don't care for because you never want to use your good brushes with glue. Hex to the no. So we want to use, that's what I like to call them, cheapy chopper brushes. Let's get the show on the road. Just gonna pretty much go right into it. I'm not gonna prepare this canvas for a whole bunch of wet medium because I do not expect to add a whole bunch of wet mediums. The most that I'll probably do is add into it, and that'll just be to kind of get the whole thing, underway, if you will. And I'm just randomly putting them, in different sections. There doesn't need to be any rhyme or reason for the ways in which you lay down your papers disappear. Some of them will show through. That is part of the game, ladies. That is part of the game. Hello, Tanya. Tanya, I have a confession to make. Your shaker card went MIA. I've been trying to ship it to you for days and I cannot find it. But I have good news, hopefully good news. Um, Once I get my situation fixed, my crafty mess, hopefully I'll find it because I saw it when I was gonna mail it. But what had happened was that and I must have put it somewhere, trying to keep it safe. And now it's so safe I can't find it. Card and the other card as well. So I do apologize and I hope you can forgive me. And I hope that does not change the level of love that you have for me. If I do not find it, I will make you something even more fantabulous. Hopefully, I will find it. Do so much moving stuff around and function when I feel stuck. So I always resort to cleaning. I don't know if that's a thing that we get from our moms or what the heck, but feel stuck like that. I always go into moving things and just, back to the Tetris game, put this on top of that and hope it doesn't fall, put this on top of that, change this from this side to that side, for the most part, um, that it is coming. Hi, Claudia. Doing? Welcome to my humble abode. So, let's see. I am not going to be adding paper to that top layer there. Probably gonna just be painting that. So, this is gonna dry, and I'm not looking to cover the whole thing, but I am gonna decoupage the whole top area just for the heck of it. Use up all that glue that I had there. And this will hopefully be enough of a sealer if I do decide to add some, wet mediums that it will not damage or warp too much. Because it's not cardboard. I mean, it's cardboard, but it's chipboard. Um, or can be, uh, a little finicky when it wants to. So this will dry up rather clear. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and start prepping these babies and assume that I will finish them all, start prepping them all. Because why not? I might as well. I can see what you guys are saying, but let me just move this. I'm missing whoever's speaking first, or whoever's speaking last, I should say. I keep missing comments. So I'm trying to maybe if I add a little bottle in here, maybe I can keep this a little bit more elevated. Ah, there we go. Um, and I changed my light. I put the bulb instead of facing towards the ceiling, I flipped it over, and I was facing down. Hooked up to a little ship. I have this little ship lamp. I know it sounds so bad. Both of these sides are pretty. I'm gonna use this side because it's got the less cute stuff going on it. So what I was saying. So I have this little it's like a little sailor, well, like a little pirate ship, kind of lamp, very vintagey, and it's got one of those really really old school for the bulb little hook that kind of holds on the actual part where you screw the light bulb on, and the long uh cord. So pointing up to the ceiling, which is why sometimes it was a little dark in here. And hopefully this is a lot brighter than that used to be. Switched it up, trying to get as much light as possible into this camera, get the best image as possible. And when you go ahead and decoupage, especially with print, unless you're doing the wording for a certain reason, you don't have to worry about it too much. If your words come out upside down or right side up, or we're not writing books more or less, so you don't have to worry too much about those. You can put them in any direction that you want. And if it does kind of go in a direction that you were not hoping that it's okay. The most important thing I think when it comes to decoupaging, especially printed paper or pretty much any kind of paper, is that it comes out smooth. Try not to get too much bubbles into it. Bubble, and that's not the easiest thing. But usually, if you lay down half of the paper first, push up, then you will push out whatever air is in the bottom, and usually that gives you a smooth transition. I know I'm not the one that follows my own advice. Most of the time, my paper is wrinkly as all heck. It's okay. Aw, awesome sauce, Tanya. My daughter makes fun of me because I say that. She's like, "Oh my God, mom, you're so old. How dare you say awesome sauce?" And she literally makes fun of me because of that. Sometimes I just want to grab her and put her upside down like my light bulb. So I gotta put this in water, but I'm not done with this one. So I'm gonna have to grab the other one. I was gonna do. Yep, yep. I'm gonna do this one, and this one's a little bit odd shaped, but this should be interesting. Now these brushes, when you use this kind of glue, the first thing you want to do, if you cannot put it in a plastic bag and seal it up airtight, then dip it in the water, because I've had these things turn to rubber because of using glue and then not properly cleaning after them. Use them, they're pretty much done. They're done for. This got Bible prints on it? No, it doesn't. I saw the word Lord and I was like, oh, I'm not ripping this up. I freaked out real quick. I was like, what? I have my little pet peeves with some of those situations, but I will not discuss that here. Um, to each their own, unfortunately, in life. For the most part, like I said, I want to keep these. I'm going to be using these little holes for, stringing a string or the other of that nature. And I know some of you guys might be like, Carmen, these things look so pretty. Why don't you just leave them the way they are? And this is not me. I didn't make this. And in order for it to be me, I have to alter it. I just have to make it me. I give this as a gift. Then it's the same thing as if I went to the store and bought it and said, here you go, here's a gift. But if I alter it, then it no longer becomes something that is mundane. Now it's special now. Made or that I altered. And then when I was thinking of you, I said, you know what? Let me give this to this person. Makes it special. Hello, how you doing? So it is extremely fun to alter, things. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. Is altering things. Find at least one or two things that I would change about many things. I love handmade things. I absolutely love it. So let's see. Yeah, bum, ba-dum, right there. And I'm gonna try to cover up most of this, but I'm not too worried about removing like the background images. I'm okay if they show through. I just don't want them to overpower what my end result is gonna be unless I'm going that route with what I'm doing. No, darling, I have not received anything. Just send me because now you're worrying me. I literally like I'm fuming in regards to that topic. You guys don't even know what I've been going through up in here. I mean, I can't say who. I don't want to blame anybody. Have the evidence to back up my theories. I do have my theories, but I'm gonna keep that there. Um, Pretty much, I've had two packages, three packages. I think three packages in total. They have pretty much vanished from right in front of my door in my building because either I didn't know the tracking number very quick, like I done sooner. So what I've done is have gone ahead and made a sign and put it on the front door. Attention delivery people. Do not leave packages on the porch. We do not live on the porch. We have apartments with door numbers. Ring a bell, knock on a door. Do not leave my packages outside. Packages are being stolen. I didn't say who, I just said in general. And then I went ahead and did the same thing to my mailbox. I made sure that I told them ring my bell or knock on my door or take the package with you. Don't leave my stuff outside. I'm so mad. I'm just so over it already with this whole situation. So hopefully I don't think I need to do any more gluing. So this is why I'm like, oh, hopefully you guys don't live in the same kind of situation that I live in. But I live in an apartment building, which doesn't have many apartments. However, people like to come and hang out outside, and so, oh, that's another thing. So you guys, you don't understand. I'll be like, Wusa Carmen, because I'm about to grab the fire hydrant and literally go down there and be like, and just spray everybody in front of me and not care who. They ripped the sign off my mailbox. Wusa Carmen, relax. Go back to your happy place. My daughter comes home. This was yesterday. My daughter comes home and she's like, Mom, why did you rip the sign off the mailbox? Everything okay? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Your sign is like ripped up to shreds and there's a piece on the floor. Not to mention that they try to burn the one that I put on the door. And this building used to be a nice building. About a couple months ago, I literally have the time and date when everything changed. Um, so this is about dry. Let me go ahead and start adding some not decoupaging, some stenciling to this. I pretty much went downstairs mad as a you guys know how I want to finish that sentence, right? But I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna keep it PG, you guys. I'm gonna keep it PG. But I was fuming. Okay, I go downstairs with my little index card. Well, not so little. I got the bigger one, right? And my marker and my tape and my scissors, and I'm like, dang it. And you know what's crazy, Deb? You know what's crazy? The street is actually not a bad street. It is one of the quietest streets. For living in a city, it is extremely quiet. You don't hear gunshots. You don't hear none of that crazy stuff. You hear kids playing outside. You don't even see families like that outside. Like literally, it's just my building for some reason that just has people that like to hang out outside. Now, I don't have a problem with people hanging out outside. You know, respect is respect, and as long as you know, then we're okay. Like, there's no need. I don't want you to be a prisoner of your own home. By all means, I don't own this place. I'm fine with it. Hello, how you doing? Have a good day. Sweet sauce. Kind of like how I am here, right? Like people only get the crazy when they pull the crazy out of me. Other than that, I'm good to go. What am I doing? I go downstairs and I literally make my sign over, ripping off, and that was on my mailbox. Now I know that they just be hating because I have the cutest mailbox in the building. Their mailbox looks like they picked it up in somebody's junkyard and just stuck it there, no lid. Like it looks crazy. And mine is so pretty. It got one of these little things on it. It's very brand new and it's humongous, right? I got the biggest mailbox in the building. And I had them put it brand new when I got here. I was like, I don't want that mailbox. That thing don't look secure. I was living here fine for years. Everything was fine. Everything was lovely. Packages was going missing. Like everything was lovely. But some recent changes in management for the filtration of some, I'm gonna call them undesirables, which is unfortunate. So now I don't know why I'm doing this, but again, OCD kicks in, and I don't want to step on staples, so I always pull them out just as soon as I pull it out. Um, so now I'm just like, oh, woosah, Carmen. I want to move because my home is like my sanctuary, and if I cannot feel safe and comfortable, then I no longer want to be here. Apartment. It's the first apartment that I love it. I love my apartment, you guys. It is like a house. It is humongous. Okay. For me, it's humongous. My bedroom is humongous. This is why I have a crafty space. Like everything is humongous. And some of the apartments are not that big. So for me to be in this place and actually have such a beautiful, big, beautiful apartment, I'm like, it was like heaven. But now it's turning into hell because they're stealing my stuff. And I'm like, what the heck are you doing with it? Like by the first package, once you saw all that crafty stuff, like you should have been like, oh, okay. Looking to like, what are you trying to find? There's no gold gonna be shipped to my house. Hello. Like it's just craziness. It is just craziness. I'm just looking for something to spread um some of this paste. Maybe this will too. Knife. Okay, I gotta scrape some of this stuff off because it is. Oh, and I want to say thank you to real quick, Elvia from K&E Crafty Shop. She sent me a birthday card. It is so pretty. Love it. Elvia for this beautiful gesture. It definitely made my day when I got it. I just saw it right now because I have it here on the side. I was like, you know what? Let me just share that real quick. Get me back to a happy place. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. Care. They don't care. That's what my husband says. He's like, what are you gonna do? Keep putting signs? And I'm like, walking door to door and say, hey, have you seen my stuff? Like, so yeah, I'm gonna keep putting signs, and they're gonna keep getting bigger and bolder because it's just ridiculous. Just trying to get some of the rough edges off of this thing, so when I lay down some of this, it's not so rough. Yeah, I'm the worst at keeping some of my tools in order. So I'm just very upset over it because I'm kind of stuck in the situation for now. So my mailman kind of knows how I am already. He literally brings my stuff upstairs. So whoever's leaving my stuff outside is somebody that doesn't deal with me on the regular because they know better already. At the post office, like don't give my packages to nobody that is not me. Outside because don't leave my stuff outside. I don't live outside. I'm not homeless. Knock on wood. But it's like, come on now. Is modeling paste. And I'm sorry to kind of throw that out there on you guys. This is why I always say, please let me know of tracking numbers because nerves. And then what I'm doing now online and just know that I want them to hold my package. So when my packages arrive, then they just stay at the post office, and I don't need to have a PO box to do that. You just go on there now. It might appear that they're going to bill you for something. They actually don't bill you. It's a free service. Don't freak out if you see the checkout, this, that. By the time that you're done with the process, you see that it's free. It's pretty cool. So that's what I'm doing now, just to avoid, um, you know, over this because this is just crazy. All right. So I made that really, really thin again because I don't want it. I want it to dry rather quickly. And I'm not gonna heat set it. Normally you would heat set something like this. These, for those of you that don't know, these Family Dollar stencils are stick and peels. So they're very convenient to kind of stencil stuff on. And let's see. Don't know what you're missing, little. If I would have been in a better situation overall, I would have been ready. With two kids going to college in the blink of an eye, I'm not in the position to make such a hasty um, decision right now, such a hasty move. But we'll see. I've been praying on it, so I know something will give. Hopefully they'll go, whoever they are, and then I can have my peace once again. This one is called Royal Tile. And again, this is a deco art. This one is a deco art. The first one that I used is not. Is But they're really good stencils I mean, for $1, they're not bad at all. And for a beginner, they're like perfect. And even if you're not a beginner, I like them. So let's see. So I'm just adding different kind of stenciling here and there to it. Uh, I missed it. Let me see. That would be awesome. We'll have like a little convention, our own little private convention. So again, just adding some of the stencil, adding some of this paste. Have store bought. You can make your own. Very simple. Just baby powder and glue mixed together. No water. Nice paste. Start with equal parts and then go adding little bit by little consistency that you are happy with. Get yourself a nice little mason jar and go ham. So I got a little bit of texture here, not too much. I'm not gonna worry too much about that because that'll be all fine. So I think I'm gonna leave this one like this, my next one, and do my other one. And we'll see what I get to. If I feel like it's taking a little bit long, then I might go heat blast it for 2 seconds and leave you guys in your own amazing companies. And I will be back, but yeah, I can get done. And actually, I might just do that just to speed up the process so that I can get into the crafting part, which is the best part. So this is a very odd. Let me take this off. This is a very odd kind of angle. It's kind of cut off on the side. So I'm trying to see that way. Maybe I can put these like right here. Let's see. There. Yeah, that might work. Let's see. No, Tanya, you too funny. I know you did. Definitely New York, girl. That's for sure. See, I'm trying to, I've evolved. I like to think that I've evolved from mind used to go and where my mind used to be into where I am now. I don't want to go back there. So it's like, why can't you just leave well enough alone? You don't know. You're actually doing yourself a favor. I'm trying to see, trying to get these as even as possible, but I don't want to mess up what I did on the other side. And as you guys see, this stencil is really large. So I'm just gonna do this very, very quickly to fuzz with it too much. All right, so that'll do. A little bit here, a little bit there. Again, I'm not gonna go too crazy with it because I'm gonna be adding probably pieces of lace and just different things. Yes. Hi, Don. How are you, darling? So that's two down, one more to go. And let's see. I think for the last one, I'm gonna go more with the Dollar Tree one and add some of these textures that way. And I'm gonna go with that. I have like these flowers here, so I'm wondering with it. You guys see this is like a little bit scalloped. I'm trying to stay in frame. Again, I don't know how far this whole situation goes in frame. I gotta make like a big X so that I know like this is how far you can go. All right, you know what? Let's just I'm trying to figure out which is the best one for this because it is scalloped. Maybe I can just add some flowers here and there. Flowers on it. Little interesting kind of flowers. So maybe I can just do that. I like these sticky stencils for the most part. I like them, but sometimes they do get warped, and then they're no longer good for what you want them to do. Then you just kind of have to use them little pieces at a time. But for the most part, surface and they eliminate a lot of that kind of like that where it kind of goes underneath the stencil. Oh, I hate when that happens. Yes, happy Friday. So how is the stream going for you guys? I hate talking about it because I feel like every time I say something I jinx it. But hopefully it's going okay for you guys and streaming wise and quality wise is not too bad. And you guys are not getting too much buffering. I feel like overall it's a lot better than me using my phone. And the camera was very cheap. I only paid 20 bucks for it. Plus the shipping was like $3. So I paid like 23 bucks for it. For a Logitech, which is not that bad. And the same camera was way more. I think it was like almost $30 for the same camera, like between $35 on eBay for the same camera that I got for 20. So I got a lucky break. And it was brand new. I didn't buy it used. I was like, not on the webcam. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna buy it used and then go crazy. And why is this not working? So I did myself a favor and got it new. Awesome sauce. That is very good to hear. So I added a little bit of this and a little bit of that in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and just add a bit of trying to see which way. Maybe just a little bit of this. I just added a few flowers on there. Um, I want to add some flourishes, but I don't want to add them there. So I'm trying to see. Nah, maybe you know what? I'm a ex-nay the the adding of the extra, and we're gonna keep this moving. And I think what I'm gonna do so that I can speed this up and actually finish a project, is I'm gonna go dry them, which won't take me too long because I actually didn't do too much to it. Paint it, and then we're going to maybe add some more. I'm gonna add some stamping to it after I've painted most of it. Um, and yeah, so give me a few minutes, you guys. I haven't disappeared completely. Just give me a few seconds. Let me go. Well, more than a few seconds, a few minutes. Let me go and heat this up. I actually have to turn my crafty card around so that I can get tool out of it because I have it in my cart. Okay, camera stay still, which I'm gonna have to use my cart anyway, so I gotta get it out regardless of where I have it. And then I'm just gonna get my heat tool over here, and I'm gonna go heat blast this baby. Can't do the blasting with switch on me. I don't know. I can't do this the heat blasting live because then we'll all be in the dark, and then my live stream will be over. So paste that she said to make it with half more. Yes, it's called it's modeling paste. So this right here, if you buy a brand modeling paste, you're gonna get a certain level of quality that you're not gonna be able to achieve with using baby powder and glue and school glue. But if you find yourself in a pinch or if you want to try it, I definitely recommend that you try it. I have to get some baby powder, but I'm going to be doing a demo on that because I get a lot of questions about the modeling paste and also about making your own gesso. And it's pretty much the same ingredient. You just need two ingredients. You just need just regular baby powder, not cornstarch baby powder, just regular old baby powder, the regular white school glue. You don't have to get fancy and get the Aleene's tacky glue. You don't have to do any of that. Um, glue that you get sometimes two for a dollar, three for a dollar, four for a dollar. That is more than enough. And be on the lookout because now with school starting again, all of those supplies, well, except for the baby powder, are going to be on sale. So you guys will be able to pretty much stock up on your glue, therefore be able to make yourself, endless amounts of gesso as well as can pretty much make stencils or buy stencils and use on stencils. And I'm gonna see if I could get some of my things down, not today, but probably for one of my next live streams. I'm gonna get some of the paintings that I've done using my homemade gesso before I was even affiliated with Deco Art, and they was providing me with the gesso and stuff like that. I mean, it's really goes a long, long way. What's the difference between modeling paste and texture paste? It's the same thing. Texture paste, pretty much, it has clumps of stuff. You can get like maybe sand from Dollar Tree. Get yourself like one of those bags of sand that they have, and maybe add some sand into your paste. And therefore, when you add your paste, then you'll have that kind of granulated texture on it. Oh, that you have texture paste. Modeling paste is more or less for smooth spreads where you're not looking. The texture is the stenciled area else. So your texture becomes whatever you pass the paste through, as opposed to the paste itself being the textured element. So let me go heat this up. I'll be right back, you guys. So save your questions for me till I return, and I shall be answering them. 1 second. Kind of do, but I don't know if it'll show well enough, but This is I just added the two flowers on that one, and see this one's already the difference again. One thing too that I want to touch up. The difference between let's say this the one that you make yourself is the one that you make yourself with the baking powder is gonna stay white or like a grayish white. It's more or less. This when you put it on this, so you can color the paste if you want it to be a different color. You can add paint to it and make it all different kinds of all different kinds of colors. So there's many different things that you can do with it. So just to kind of show you, you see how white this one is. One. So you can kind of see how white that one still is compared to this one that is already drying. This one you can hardly see, and then you have this one which is under here as well. So um, I'll be back to answer more of your questions. Oh yeah, I took the headset off. Sorry, I took the headset off. I forgot and I kept talking. I'll be right back. Put my headset there. You guys know I'll be back. Alrighty, I'm back. So hopefully you guys didn't miss me too long. You guys can see these might not be at 100% dry because again I did kind of rush the process, but they get a lot lighter to the point where you can hardly see that they're there. I can hardly see that they're there. I mean I can see that they're there, but mostly dry. Indeed, and not with caution. Want to do is I am gonna start kind of. I'm gonna make like a gesso wash, if you will, lightly gesso, I guess, some of these, some of them. I'm not gonna necessarily cover everything, but I am gonna kind of some of that on. Let's see. This is the song that doesn't end yet. Tanya, you silly as hell. So let's see. Let me get um my little dish towel that I use to kind of just sprayed water everywhere. To kind of go into this. So again, with products like this, you don't really want to go into them with your good brushes, especially if you're not the type of person to wash over them really quickly. Um, you want to pretty much use, foam sponges or those kinds of things. And if you do find yourself using a brush, trying to do some kind of detail work that requires you to use like a fine brush, then please, please, please go ahead and wash that brush as soon as you are done. You're just making a hot mess, and your brush will be useless. Other real kind of painting purposes. Bye, Don. Thanks for joining. So let's see. I'm gonna just spray a little bit of water into that, just a smidge. I just want to get it a little bit kind of loose. I want to get it loose, and just kind of moving this whole thing around. And again, getting most of it off because I'm not trying to. This is not so much for protection as it is more for coverage. So just kind of lightly go over it. And I'm not too worried if I cover every little nook and cranny. Here with some of the other colors in the background kind of showing because I'm gonna be adding some paint to this as well. Figure out is the color scheme. You guys got any ideas on the color scheme for this? And if I should change the colors of the frames at all? And this, unlike the modeling paste, does dry up really quickly. Pretty good right there. Moving on to the next one. I gotta change the water in my bottles. It's not the cleanest right now. Okay, I heard yellow, orange, and pink. Purple, black, and silver. Boy, we have a lot of extremes going on over here. From one side of the spectrum all the way to the other. Let's see what I can do. But we have one more. And these gotta somehow all, kind of correlate with each other. Interesting. one, and then this one. I don't think I've ever done this before. Try to go batch. Yeah, batch create. Yeah, that's what I said. Sometimes these words sound like other words. Conscious with letting those slip out when I don't want them to. All right. So for the most part, I'm kind of good. So I'm gonna leave that as it is, and I'm gonna continue to work right from that tray as I go adding my colors to this whole situation. Let's see, purple, black, silver. Oh, who's a 70s baby here? Well, I'm the late 70s. I'm like the last year of the 70s baby. Oh my god, I feel really old. Dab. What are you talking about? Let's see. I'm gonna use some of my media paints because I think it'll help me run this whole situation a lot smoother. I think that it'll dry a lot quicker and it'll spread a lot easier for me. And I have some paints that I was playing with earlier. I come up with, and again, I'm trying to keep this somewhat vintage, but the colors that you guys are telling me are very bright and vibrant. So um, that so let's see. All right, so let me get my little box. And I have this purple interference. It's called violet interference, and pretty much what it does is a clear. It goes on clear, but when it dries, pearlized color. So the light hits it from different angles, and it gives it like a purple hue. Mm, Um, I got orange. I got vermilion, which is as close to orange as I'm gonna get. But that's a kind of. Let me see. What was that purple? What? Purple, black, and silver, and orange, yellow, and pink. I like orange, yellow, and pink. Um, so let's go with the orange, yellow, and pink first. Good eye. So no, no, no. All right. So I have an hour more, you guys. So let's see how much I can get done in this hour. If I don't finish today, I will come back and finish tomorrow. So do not fret, my pets. And then I also end up probably crafting something else along the way on tomorrow's live stream. So the yellow, orange, and pink. So I am going to kind of just add the yellow right in the center. And I want to make these somewhat similar. So I'm going to go with the lighter colors. So if I didn't choose your color, then I'll probably end up doing something with that color scheme. So don't forget that color scheme because I might be asking you guys probably in a different project for some ideas. And I'm gonna add some white because I don't have pink in the media line colors. So I have white. I'm gonna add some if it'll come out. This one for some reason got a little thick on me. I'm gonna add that there. Just adding these colors everywhere, and then once it's all dry, then I'll probably go into it. Hope you guys can see everything that I'm doing here. So it's got a pretty decent field of view. Let's see. Let me move myself a little bit over more that way. Let me get my red, which is, well, not my red, but primary magenta. And I'm gonna just, in order to get this pink that we're talking about, I'm just gonna add a little drop right between all of these colors that I have going on over here. And I'm also going to go ahead and add the vermilion right here on opposite corners and let's have some fun. So I'm gonna kind of go into this like so. Now, and I'm gonna work in these colors first so that I can keep this somewhat similar. Like I will be subject to change as I move forward because that's just me. Let's see. How music all night long. So freestyle all day, every day. Oh, I love freestyle. I had shrimp. I made shrimp today. I made some sauteed shrimp or stewed sauteed shrimp. I don't know how you call it. In Spanish, we have different words for things like that. Made it with a nice little sauce and some white rice, and I was in heaven. I was in heaven. Minutes until I was full, and then I was like, "Dang, I ate too much." All right, so I'm gonna start bringing in some of this orange into this pink. And I'm gonna work this orange in first, and I'll leave the yellow for last. So there goes the shabby chic idea. That went out the window. So let me do the same thing to this. And while that pink is still somewhat wet, time to kind of do this. And I haven't, have you guys noticed, I didn't wash my brush. I'm still kind of using it loaded with all of those paints. And I'm using a regular beach chopping brushes that you could even find, this section. Look different, but yet still have the same uh, kind of scheme to them. Okay, what the heck is going on? Let me see. Sorry, hon. Shrimp and lobster sauce and white rice. By the way, your kitty on your channel is cute. Ah, okay, so moving right along. Again, trying to get this in there before this dries. And if it's a little bright, then you can just kind of add a little bit of white or just add a little bit of that gesso that I had already laid out. This really pretty melon color. I like mix in with some of this pink, then you're not too bad. Now to go in with the yellow. Let's see what happens. Now I'm wondering what color I should make the frames to go with this. I really like that coming out. Very happy, very summer, nice bright colors. These fluid acrylics work wonderful. Loose. So, okay. So we got that. So you can still kind of see a little bit of the background. You can see some of the paper that I added in there. Not too much of it, but you can still see through it. Just making sure I cover all the little nooks and crannies. This will dry rather quickly. Now I wash my brush, get some of these colors off of it. Actually, gonna thin it out a little bit by just kind of scraping it down. My brush is still somewhat wet, drying it off a little bit, and then just kind of stretching that out. bringing that down, which it'll dilute it somewhat, but not too much. And it'll create more of a marbled effect. You don't want to add too much water on some of your stenciled areas when you're using um, these kinds of name brands um, modeling paste, because for some reason sometimes when they get a little too wet, like you literally have to do it and then dry it. If you're going to add more layers and add more layers, but dry in between layers, because by the time that it's dry, it's somewhat like a rubbery consistency. Brush a little bit. I had too much water on it. It's like a rubbery consistency, and these materials and products, you can wash them the surface. Like let's say you got a little bit of paint on something you didn't want to get any paint on, you can pretty much wash it off, which pretty much means that it's not permanent. Because if you work at it enough, you'll get it off. So just keep that in mind. All right. So I kind of like this. I'm not gonna overwork that too much. Let's see how those colors are uplifting. Ah, I can send food if you need body. All right. So I heard I have cobalt teal here. Kind of work really well with these scenes. But before I do that, I need to cut out the little frame guy that's gonna be inside of each one of these little pictures of one of these the little frames. They're all different sizes. Of course they are. Let's see here. This one. So this should about fit that. So let me see how I do this. So it seems to be out of frame. Hopefully that's a little bit better. So let's see. So we only have but four different styles in here. So let me just see what I come up with. Maybe I can do it sideways. Will it be big enough to do sideways? No. So let's see. This one I think is gonna go like this. Right, you guys, don't mind me. I'm just cutting away over here, and I gotta kind of do it off angle. So to the side, just a smidge. I'm away from the computer so that I can go ahead and cut out these little frames. This is why I cannot wait to have like my full desk um, in full crafty motion so that I can go ahead and work everything off of my desk without having to move around. Usually when I craft, I don't know how about you guys, but I have stuff everywhere. I end up putting stuff here and putting stuff there, and it's to be a mess. So in order for me to create something, I literally have to make a mess. Clean up. So I'm gonna do a test run with one of these and just see how this looks. So I cut the little square out. It's a little long, so I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this right now, but let's see. And maybe I don't even know if I want to use this. You know what I'm gonna use? I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna use the sticker birds. The sticker birds and the butterfly. I think these will match well. What are you apologizing about, Claudia? You know, I love. So I have these cute little birds. I think that what I'm gonna do, rip this thing off the back, and I'm actually gonna try to kind of sit this bird in there. Well, it's just a die cut with a stamp on it and a jewel. Uh, How I simplify things. Um, and then this frame, which is already getting dirty anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start painting it. So let me just move one of these out the way at least while I do that. I just got paint all over everything. Carmen, what are you doing? You lost your mind. Let's see. I literally have paint all over my hands right now, so I had to clean up my edges, which I guess I didn't do a good job of doing. Hopefully, my eye doesn't turn into another letter that I don't recognize. Just trying to clean my hands as much as possible. Reason I have a weird thing when it comes to odd textures on my fingertips. To me. Um, let's see. What do you want? Okay. I can't deal with you, girl, right now, right now, right now. Let's see. All right. You know what? I'm gonna use this envelope, and maybe I can turn these little things into some kind of an easel, so it won't be a total loss. I'm gonna have to scroll up into this situation that's happening here. So let's see. What time is it? Well, 9:17. All right. So I'll try to get at least one of these done, and then oh wait, all made that I can just take the whole thing off. Whoop whoop. A time saver, no need for the blade. No need for a blade. Just pull it right away. So there we go. There we go. Now this stupid little plastic, I'm not really feeling it because I done messed it up anyway. So I'm gonna pull this off too. All right. Now we're getting somewhere, buddy. Now we're getting somewhere. So where is my little brush? I'm missing out on a lot of stuff that's happening in this conversation. I apologize, you guys, if I'm not as involved as what you guys are saying, but for some reason my chat is like all over the place. It's just not working too well for me. So what I'm doing right now is I added, this is some of that gesso, okay? And this pretty much just kind of prepares your surface, if you will. And I'm not gonna worry too much about getting into all the nooks and crannies because I kind of like the fact that it's got that black in it. So I'm gonna leave that be. And I'm not gonna worry, like I said, too much about getting to all the nooks and crannies. Now, normally I would wait for this to dry, balancing on any other layers moving forward, but I'm just gonna go for it. Add it right into this. Just gonna add a few drops just to give it a little bit of color. And to separate this from this background, this is the cobalt blue, and it's a fluid acrylic, so it's not the same as your normal acrylic that you get in the regular bottles. This fluid acrylic is a lot looser, very easy for blending and spraying down and all kinds of mixed media work. So I kind of like it for that regard. Very watered down right now because I had sprayed with so much water. So I do have it very watered down right now, but I'm gonna go back into this and add more. So I'm gonna leave it kind of distressed, if you will. So I'm not gonna paint it everywhere. I actually wanted to have that look. I'm gonna leave that like that, and I'm gonna start painting my next one, which is this one here. So let's see if I have the same luck with this one like I did with that one. And let me just get some of this paint off and just be able to peel back some of the little backing on these frames. So these peel back like magic. So that's very good. Helps me a lot. And now I turned one piece of embellishment into something that can become two embellishments by creating little easels with the over. Such amazing. Awesome, Deb. Awesome, awesome. I'm trying, like I'm trying to do what I'm doing here, and at the same time, I keep trying to look up. But by the time I look up, all I hear is responses, and I don't know what that shit was. Um, so I'm gonna just put that there. I'm gonna plop that there for right now. I'm gonna go into this with the gesso first. So, and I'm okay that it's kind of tainted because I'm gonna be painting over it anyway. The essence of the gesso is still gonna be on here. So this one's gonna be a little bit on the brown side. Not really too worried about removing their natural essence, their original color, because I'm gonna be painting that, and I think it'll give their individual quality. Makes me happy because they'll all be similar but very different on their own. And my goal for this is to actually add some flowers and add some little trims and just and get back to my normal crafting style, which I haven't been able to do for quite some time. Um, I think finally Stella got her groove back. So very, very happy, very, very happy day. So just kind of going back into it again. And I have three, there's the other one. I was gonna say I have three frames. Where is my other frame? And I'm gonna allow this to be brown wherever it wants to be brown and allow it to be blue wherever it wants to be blue. Now I might go in for a second coating, but not necessarily to fix anything or necessarily cover up anything. More so than anything, just to make it brighter. Because it's got so many nooks and crannies and so many crevices that I know I'm not gonna catch them all. So I'm kind of okay with that. It gives it a very different kind of look, which I'm cool with. So um, definitely looks very hand painted, but I am okay with that. That is fine with me. Like I'm borrowed time right now. Your little dude is busy. So far, Jackie, we've painted three, and backs of these frames that I'm gonna be at a later time and date turning into something else. Plastics, frames, because I don't want any plastic on it. And I'm painting these frames now. I added some gesso to it. and added some of the cobalt teal. Is that what it is? Cobalt teal hue. That's pretty much what I'm doing. And these dry up rather quickly. And I think, let me put this brush down. I think that will look really, really pretty with the melon and just the pink and just all overall what's going on here. And then when I add the flowers, I'll make sure to add a little bit of the same color of the frame to the tips of the flowers. So it kind of brings everything somewhat together. Tiffany, that happens. You're looking at the queen of internet problems. So this frame two. Let me see. Can I do one at least? Do I have time? Might have time. I'm gonna try to get a little bit further ahead with at least one of them. See where I'm kind of going with it. Very impromptu today, but my husband's show is coming on, so it comes on at 10 here in New York. Speed it up a little bit so that he can watch his show in peace. His hostage. So he only got the bedroom. And you know, fair is fair, 50-50, right? Enough to get me on here. I gotta be nice enough to return the favor and let him watch a show in peace and quiet. So it's like our little bonding time. Well, one of them anyway. So this one's gonna be interesting because it's got that silver on it, and with that teal, this looks really, really pretty. This silver and teal color. What happened here? It says report channel abuse, block user. What? Oh boy, my phone literally just popped up a screen out of nowhere. I'm not even nowhere near. I mean, you guys see my hands, and the screen just popped up like if I pressed something on my phone. It's kind of weird. Okay, so these are all gonna be bluish in nature, but they're all gonna have their own characteristics for the most part. The base color being different, then the color on top is gonna show itself. So it's gonna be like different hues of the same, you know, different shades of the same color. So this, I'm just kind of adding a little bit more vibrancy on one right here because it's kind of I don't know if what they call it is like a muted color, but it looks kind of dull. Pushing this baby up a little bit. Be even. I'm not worried about evenness. I like the fact that it's got its own, you know, individuality. All the dimension on this kind of lets it go its own kind of way. So I'm pretty cool with that to kind of pop because all the colors are so vibrant. I don't want this to kind of get lost, you know, with all the vibrancy of the background. Thank you, darlings. So, so far, so good. It looks like Mama's getting her mojo back. Yes, ma'am. So I'm very, very happy right now. Anytime I can spend it with you guys, it's a happy day for me. Especially when I don't have any issues. Woo woo. Thumbs up for that one. So we got our little frames going. Granted, some of them are still very wet. Um, yeah, they're still kind of sticky, still kind of wet. So I'm gonna go ahead. These are dry. I'm gonna start adding some stamping to that while this is drying, getting some kind of progress, and hopefully I'll be able to at least do one which It's looking like I'm not gonna have time, but I will continue this craft tomorrow on my live stream into it, and I'll let everything kind of dry all the way at 100%, and then I'll come back and these off with you guys. Hopefully, you'll want to see. Um, so yeah, so let's get this. Let's get some stamping done on this. I'm going to use. Doo, doo. Okay, looking good. Ooh, I like it. Face stamps. This is one of my favorite stamps, and I absolutely love it. It's got a butterfly and a bird. And I done took most of the things off because I group my stamps sometimes. So like when I have a lot of butterflies, like I put them all on one sheet. When I have a lot of different like filigree or whatever the case may be, I put them all together um, to kind of compact my space. Especially if I know that this is a stamp that I love and I'm not gonna get rid of, then I'll put them together. Um, that I'm not too sure on, and I might want to sell forward or give forward those. I'll keep them in the individual packaging. But for the most part, I do try to kind of put them all together. So if I want birds, I just pull out the sheet that has all the birds, and then I find the bird that I want and I use it. As opposed to going stamp through stamp through stamp through stamp just to find a bird. Um, hopefully, I'm not rambling. So let's see. Where is my stamping thingamajig? I use my stamp tool. I just want to use a stamp block. Block when you need one. Probably somewhere over the hill. I just want to use a stamp block, but I don't know where one is at. So I will make one out of a lid out of a box. This will work for me for now. This is what I call being resourceful on a pinch. It's my ink. Let's see. Where is my ink? Here it is. All right. Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, oh, you thought about my singing? Yeah, I kind of do that. It just kind of comes out. For some reason, my mind is like, it absorbs all of these show tunes and all of this craziness. And then I'll just end up blurting them out at random times and kind of making them my own by just adding different lyrics to it. I'm trying to work around everything that I have drawing. I am so like looking forward to shelves coming in. I cannot wait because this is going to be so helpful to me. Why does it keep doing that? It's trying to like. There's always something trying to interfere with my stream. Like what the heck? System going that is working. I'm so happy. And now my phone keeps telling me, "Do you want to report? Report what?" So for the most part, probably, probably Zeb. That's okay. That's okay. Let's add a little dragonfly in here. I don't have anything that has dragonflies, so this would be cool to kind of add a little dragonfly. Some of these textures I want to pick up. So before I add my dragonfly, let me add some butters on there. I have some of this gold. Um, what color should I add to that? Do I have turquoise? Yes, I do. Let me add some of this. This is Brilliant Turquoise of the Metallic Luster Waxes. And I'm just gonna use like I'm gonna do it like a rub and buff type of a situation. These stenciled areas that I made earlier. So I want to bring a little bit of these elements. So I'm just gonna use my finger. I'm gonna rub it onto my finger to kind of thin it out. Just gonna let it pick up whatever it kind of picks up. I don't want it clumpy because I don't want it to get stuck, clumps of it stuck between the stencil areas. All the raised little areas. But I just kind of want these areas to show. So little by little, I'm just gonna apply it, sponge or another tool if you have it. Right now my fingers are good. Butters. I like the way butters sounds. Intensify this just a smidge. So now I'm kind of intensifying this just a little bit. And you guys know it wouldn't be a piece that I made if it didn't have some kind of metallic butters on it. So just a little bit. And I think that that'll go well with the frame being in the middle. Now you could use as a water and watercolor it in if you wanted to get it in there. And you see I'm rubbing it a little too hard because now I'm getting some of the pieces I'm lifting up. That's because I didn't dry it properly all the way through and through. So I'm gonna let this be. A little bit of a distressed look to it. How much time I got, babe? 36? Okay, I got a little bit of time. It's back? Okay. It says I could stream for 8 hours straight. Not that that's what I'm trying to do, but I'm supposed to be like good to go for 8 hours on Google Hangouts. So this is the I like this one with the dragonflies. I might add dragonflies on one, butterflies or something else on the other, or birds on the other, and add some kind of either forest something a majig or the other. Add something different to all of them so that again they're all somehow different. Um, uh, and I just used the lid to turn it into a stamping tool because I don't know where my blocks are or my other stamping stuff. Too much going on this desk. Don't see. All right, so that'll work for me. One cute little dragonfly. Doesn't have to be more than that. And then I'll work on my next one. Well, let me see. Is this dry yet? Let's at least see what this is gonna look like. Let's see. So we have this one. It's got the odd shape, so that one will go well with that. And let's see what's going on with this bird situation here. Where are they? My birds are getting discombobulated. I like that. Ready? What do you guys think? Something like that? And put that at an angle so everything is like all wonkadelic. And then down here, I'm probably gonna add either a sentiment, which that's what I want to do. I want to add a sentiment on this little piece right here. Embellish it maybe with some flowers, something small, nothing too great. I don't want to take away too much from the actual piece itself. Um, see, I want the actual little elements that I added in here to stand out. So I'm thinking that that looks cute like that. So I'm gonna leave this mocked up for now. Comment, great stream. I hope you enjoy. Ladies, I need to go play. Thanks, Brandy. Thanks, my friends, for joining me today. Um, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead because I don't have a lot of time left over. I'm just gonna try to mock it up at least, and add a little bit of stamping here and there, um, and at least show you guys more or less 80% of what it's gonna look like. Be switching things up as I go because that's just how I roll. But I'm not gonna finish it up, guys, again tomorrow. Um, so that'll just be how I do that. Where's my thing at this? But it's different, and here I'm gonna use the grass area. It's got like these little butterflies that are kind of coming up into the background, and I'm gonna use it in the black memento just to give it something different every time. Me dice cuándo son las 10, amor, ¿ok? So I missed some areas there, and I don't want to mess up the top because the top came out good. So I'm just gonna use the bottom, fix up uh, parts that it didn't pick up too well, possibly can, which is not really working out for me too well. On the wrong side. For some reason, this is just not trying to stamp there. So I'm not sure. Oh, I know why. Hello, Carmen. You know why? Because you have textured area there, so it's not sticking all the way to the bottom there. All right, so that'll work for me for now. That'll work for me for now. Cool. Me, Liz. Almost ghetto Spanish in the world. Let's see. So this is gonna be kind of like, and I'm gonna be adding some. I might as well just do it now. I just have to be careful with these bottom areas here. I should have done that first. I didn't realize the stamp was gonna go up so high into it. And I'm just kind of lightly going over it because I just want to pick up the raised areas, allow them to kind of have their own situation happening. Sí. Bueno, yo puedo hablar español si tú quieres, pero the other people are not gonna understand me. Translate everything. Hola, ¿cómo te estás? Hello, how you doing? Quiero pan con queso. I want some bread and cheese. Alrighty, so I like that, like that. And you guys will definitely see me here tomorrow, God willing. I shall be back. And now that this is working fluently, yeah. And next week, hopefully, I will be arranging some space here. I just have to wait when these people are gonna actually ship my bookshelves out. I'll be showing you guys some of what I end up doing, remaking, my little space. Okay, I kind of went a little crazy over there. You're talking crap at the same time. All right, so I kind of like that though. Bring a little bit of that in there. My finger is now green. One of these cute little birdies, maybe fit in there. If it doesn't fit, I'll figure it out. Top. I gotta be careful because my fingers are full of the waxes, but I'll figure that off. I'll figure that part out tomorrow because maybe I'll incorporate maybe some different stickers. I gotta look at my stash stuff you just used. It's called metallic luster. All metallic-y. It's the wax that I always use on pretty much 90% of my projects, including cards. I put this thing on everything, and it's a wax. It's very soft, like butters, and we're always making fun of it because it's really really soft. Water soluble, so you can use it like a watercolor. You can use it in spray bottles. Um, you can rub it on straight. You can use it on all kinds of surfaces. It's extremely extremely versatile, and I just absolutely love this product. And I know that the color probably doesn't translate well, but it's extremely beautiful. Um, Turquoise kind of color. And with that being said, you guys, I think that I am going to call it a night for tonight so that I can let my creative juices recharge and watch my show with my hubby. For hanging out with me, it was really, really fun crafting. And it's finally good to be able to say goodbye to you guys for once as opposed to the phone doing it for me and shutting my conversation off between a word and it's between mid sentence. Um, look out for tomorrow because again, I'm going to be finishing this up and we're going to have the three all together, all done up to kind of go into and add the little bit of the turquoise in different places and also do some stamping on this one. I'm not sure which kind of stamping I'm going to be using for that one. One that's going to have this frame here, and then I'm gonna see what other stickers I have. I haven't adhered any of this yet, so if I end up changing my mind or if I end up finding something cuter in my stash, then I might just be doing some switching around. I also have some butterflies, so maybe I'll add some butterflies on some and some birds on the others. Who knows? But thank you guys so much once again for hanging out with me. It's been my pleasure to be here with you guys today. And I hope that you guys will come back now that you see that my situation is a-okay. You'll come back and hang out with me tomorrow. Um, 6 o'clock, the normal time that I normally go on. That is my goal. Today was kind of impromptu. I come out here and hang out with my friends for a little while. So thank you guys so much. And I am off to see my show and wash my hands and drink something. To all of you guys, thank you all so much. Um, fun. Bye for now.